Hello YouTube, seems ages since I did a vlog, so I thought I'd better do a short one. And recently I decided to resurrect one of my old sort of mini novels and get it printed again. So I made up a PDF file and I submitted the file to the printers, and they came back to me and they said that there were certain fonts within the PDF file that they weren't able to handle, and could I revise it. So I did, and I took those fonts out, changed them for something more acceptable, and resubmitted the file, and they got back to me again with the same problem, with those same faults. I said, well, I've taken those fonts out, but they were insistent those fonts were still in. So I read through it with a fine-tooth comb, or so I thought, and submitted the file again, and they said again, those fonts are a problem. I said, well, I've been through it. Look, I've checked every letter in the entire file, and those fonts are not a part of the file anymore. But they were insistent. Those fonts were still a problem. Anyway, in my infinite wisdom, I figured it out. I went through it all, not just looking at the print, the words, but I checked all the spaces, and I found that some of the spaces had been created while the setting was on those particular fonts. Now the human eye, looking at those files, would have picked up on that and said, well, it's just a space, it doesn't need to be printed out or embedded or anything, therefore it's not a problem. But of course, when you rely on entirely automated technology, this is one of the drawbacks, that it picks up on data. It doesn't look at the thing with the human eye, of course, because it doesn't have one, and so it doesn't notice that a blank space, even though it may say John Handilette font, is really just a blank space and doesn't involve any printing, and therefore it's not a problem. To the automated technology, it's a problem. It's a font. So I had to make sure that all the blank spaces were sort of blank in the or using the setting of some font which was acceptable. So and that got me thinking about technology altogether. So much these days. I was watching TV the other day, and the problem occurred with the program, and I thought, this is crazy, they're not fixing it. It was going on, and then of course I realized it's all automated technology. There is somebody around about the studio, but they don't sit there checking everything, checking the output all the time. So if you are tempted to have an entirely automated system running your business, then bear in mind there could be some problems. And your customers may not be all that happy. I was delayed 3 days. 3 days delay trying to get a book out in time for Christmas, and of course that's approaching pretty fast, and it was all for nothing because it was just a blank space that wouldn't need to be printed. So I thought I'd share that with you for some reason. You might be interested, and I hope you all have a great weekend, and I'll catch you later.